Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Sam and Max. We've got to figure out a way to beat Brady culture and save Max. So, I think I've got an idea. We know Specs, the rat, has glasses. Hey, that van is gone. Stinky's is closed. We will get to Stinky's eventually, but probably not this episode. And by episode I mean this storyline. Let's go talk to Specs in our office and see if we can get his glasses. I think that would be what could protect us. Although it didn't really protect him. But maybe we could do something with the glasses. Just talk
You know
here.
who would have loved that? Max.
Let's look in the closet.
That's exactly the sort of thing Max would have looked at. That makes me miss Max for some unknown reason.
Everything reminds him of Max.
Max, is that you? No, I'm starting to hallucinate. Max, are you in there? There's no time
Really?
for that. I've got to rescue Max.
Lava lamp.
That won't help me rescue Max.
Donut box.
You know who would have loved that? Max.
I'm getting a lot of Max related responses. Maybe Specs wasn't the solution. Let's go talk to Sybil. She could probably tell us how to avoid getting rehypnotized. So, let's talk to Sybil. Liver and onions live.
Doc,
Max is gone. Can you help me?
Max is gone.
Well, most of us outgrow our imaginary friends eventually.
No, that megalomaniac Brady Culture's got him.
I see. Of course.
Can you help me?
I've got to find some way to block a hypnotic ray. I don't suppose you, as a brain specialist of sorts, would know anything. Great suffering lab rats, you do know something. Out with it, before my synapses fuse into a milky puddle of slag.
Well, it's a gross breach of doctor-patient privilege for me to even tell you about it. But one of my more technologically inclined patients drew me a diagram of a contraption he claimed will block hypnosis.
That's just the sort of ridiculously lucky break I need.
It's a huge violation of every reasonable code of ethical conduct, of course, but you being a policeman of sorts, I suppose it's okay to give you the diagram.
My lack of solid engineering background has finally caught up with me. I can't make any sense of this.
I'd love to help, but engineering is one of the few fields I haven't tried. Sorry.
So, we've got a diagram now. Let's give it to Bosco and he can make it.
Doc,
But first, let's tell him Max is real.
hang on. Were you implying that Max is imaginary?
I wasn't implying anything, though he does seem a little improbable.
You see him too, though, right?
True, but then I'm a psychotherapist.
She sees him and still thinks he's imaginary. So, I think we've got this figured out. Boy, that came out of nowhere. Go talk to Sybil, then go talk to Bosco. And there's nothing really wrong with this game being very limited in its areas of where we go. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 locations in this entire episode 1 of the game. The thing is, it just kind of gets to the point where this is the same area we see in episode 2 through 5. But it changes it up a little bit, but not enough. Let's see if Bosco can make this for us.
Bosco, take a gander at this.
What is it, a death threat?
Even better, it's instructions for the latest in Bosco tech innovation.
Let's see, a conda for that, yeah. Yeah, I can build this. Just need one thing.
What's that?
Something for that antenna thing at the top.
Antenna, got it.
Okay. So we have to go back to the office and get the coat hanger. And then that's pretty obvious. We had to get the coat hanger in our dream just before. So there's definitely a path. If you stay on the right path, it'll sometimes point you to the right solution. Give me that coat hanger.
Max isn't gonna like it when he finds out I ruined our reception. I've got to tell him as soon as possible.
Sam apparently is obsessed and useless without Max. Because honestly, Sam on his own could probably make a decent living. Max on his own is gonna get thrown in the loony bin. But then Sam would probably be very lonely. Here we go, we've got the coat hanger. We give it to... How come we have the spray paint?
Will a make-do antenna do as a make-do antenna?
Yeah, okay. Let me just add a little Bosco tech innovation. And here it is, the most sophisticated hypnosis blocking helmet the world has ever seen.
Happy days are here again. Uh-oh, seems like the old moolah gauge is running on empty.
I take it. Just stop that Brady culture. He's got it in for me.
You're a credit to Dementia, Bosco.
You'll have to pay for the next one, though.
Next one. So we've got our anti-hypnosis helmet. And we've got spray paint, which we'll probably use, and we've got a gun. Well, no, we're missing the gun, but we do have the punching glove, the boxing glove.
I'm coming, Max.
Off to save Max. And it just jumps, it doesn't give us an option of destinations. Let's see if we can put on the helmet.
I'll put it on inside Brady Culture's home. I wouldn't want to be caught wearing last year's fashions in this neighborhood.
Alright, in we go then.
Rule number 3. Always wear protective headgear when confronting diabolical villains with hypnotic devices.
In we go. I'm totally missing all the wrong choices in this game.
Hand over the Lagomorph, Culture.
Sam! Boy, am I glad to see you. Johann Sebastian here only knows how to play one song.
What's this, a rerun? Didn't we just see the dog getting hypnotized episode? Well, if you really want to watch it again... What?
Another triumph for skanky ingenuity and ordinary kitchenware. Give it up, Culture. Your quiche is cooked.
Time out for the cavalry!
You've colored outside the lines of the law, Brady Culture.
We see you! And this time we're...
Going to get hypnotized again. I'm sure you all remember the commands I taught you. So now, my foolish pawns, attack the dog!
Let's see. Tell them to... We can tell them something, we can talk to Brady Culture. Spray paint, Brady Culture.
That doesn't need another coat.
Boxing glove, Brady
Attack
Culture.
the dog!
No, that's not gonna work.
You okay, little buddy?
Oh, sure. I've been amusing our adversary with gory haiku poems while he plays that dumb song over and over.
Hey, that's my theme song.
You may as well give up now, Culture. Your hypnotic ray thingamadoodle won't work on me anymore.
True. but I have my adoring minions.
Yeah, they don't really like you, though.
Shut up! They do so. I forced them to.
Alright, so talking to Brady, talking to Max. Television to be cooked on.
Every bed's got its own TV. Creepy.
And the organ is the only other thing.
I feel like making a bad pun about Brady's organ, but I'm a little busy right now.
Okay. So become yourselves.
Become yourselves.
Oops. Attack the dog!
Ow!
Okay, that didn't work. Attack the videotapes.
Attack the videotapes.
Buffoons! Attack the dog!
Attack yourselves.
Attack yourselves.
Dolts! Attack the dog!
Ow!
Attack Brady culture.
Attack Brady culture.
No! Attack the dog!
Ow!
Darn. That didn't work. Attack me. Never mind. Become Brady culture.
Become Brady culture.
Do my evil bidding.
Worship the videotape!
What nonsense! Attack the dog!
Ouch!
Now I have worship. Become. Let's see. Become videotape.
Become videotapes.
Black wits! Attack the dog!
Ouch!
Become me.
Become me.
Somersaulting Democrats in a crate of sauerkraut.
Patience is a sharp razor to swallow! You crack me up, little buddy.
Who's that supposed to be?
Stop this foolishness! Attack the dog!
Ouch!
Okay. So we've tried attacking everything except for myself. Let's try worshipping something. Worship the videotape.
Worship the videotapes.
Imbeciles! Attack the dog!
Worship me?
Worship me.
No, me! Worship me! You're my minions! Mine! Me!
So maybe I figured that out. Spray paint him.
That doesn't need another coat. That
Tell him.
doesn't need another coat.
Me!
Worship yourselves.
Worship yourselves.
No! Me! Worship me! Everything is about me!
Worship Brady culture.
Worship Brady culture.
Ha ha!
Worship me some more.
Worship me.
No! Me! Worship me! Everything is about me!
Okay, so now I think I've got him confused. Attack me.
Attack me.
No! Me! Attack me! Me! Yes! Oops! No, wait, I mean... Oh! Hey!
Smart move, Sam. You played him like a $2 glockenspiel.
I learned all my best tactics in the first grade.
I tried to send you semaphore signals with my ears, but you know how I always get the K and the V mixed up.
You crack me up, little buddy. Well, I guess we should dehypnotize these poor saps again and be on our way.
Let me! You know how I adore gratuitous violence.
Well, that's that, Max. Another boot to the pasty ass of crime. Thank goodness this whole hypnotic mind control thing didn't go any further. That could have been really annoying.
It's great to be on your show, Myra. I'm a huge fan. I just can't seem to stop watching for some reason.
You made me mess up. I can see you. Time out for number one.
So Sam is voiced by David Norwin, Max is by Andrew Calkin. I think those are both new voice actors for both of them. If I'm wrong, let it be known in the comments below. This was released on GameTap, a service I have no knowledge of in 2015, so I don't know how successful it is. It probably still exists. Created with the Telltale tool, which is interesting considering when you look at what the games that come out in 2015 created with the Telltale tool are. But they never say what version. That drunk guy from Picante for not killing us, there's their thanks. And we're done. In memory of Karen Nelson. And it just leaves us here. So that's episode 1 of 5 episodes. We've done it in 1080p to some detriment. Unfortunately, I have to stick with it. Even though some of the fog overlays and all of that mess up, it's better to stick with the 1080p and have a video that can actually be watched than stick black bars on the side. I wish for a 2006 game, this game should absolutely launch when it's first run on Steam. I have a hard time even suggesting getting it unless you're willing to go through the support forums on Steam and set it to windowed mode, and then at the very least get the options and the resolution up to 1280 by 960, which is still a pretty small resolution for a game. Now, there is of course always the possibility that you would get the game on Windows 10 and it would work fine for your hardware. For my GTX 970, it didn't. It crashed every single time, and there's a lot of reports, so it's not a unique thing. You can get the Telltale resolution tool if you want, turn it up to 1080p. You could probably turn it up even higher, and the game does seem to handle it almost perfectly. So it's kind of weird that it's just not in there by default. It's kind of weird in general when you look at these options. What the options are is not very many. That's 3 resolutions, pretty small selection for any game. So straight point and click adventure here, no dialogue choices, no Sam will remember what you said. It would be interesting if they came out with a Sam and Max game that did use the new style of Telltale games. Just to say, where it was very conversational and what you said to specific characters actually did affect the outcome. Uh, but in a bigger point, this is kind of, we're at the point where Telltale needs to start hiring some other kind of game developers and adopting a different, more modern style of gameplay. They can't go on forever doing these same conversation games. They've done very well with them. They absolutely need to quit doing episodic things. It, they've gotten big enough as a company that they can start just releasing the whole game here. This, for example, here we're done with episode 1. There's 4 more episodes for this season, and the story is very connected. You saw it, so it's not realistic to expect that anybody would buy episode 2 and not play episode 1. Episode 2 is going to be its own executable, which is kind of ridiculous because DLC just wasn't a thing in the minds of game developers in 2006. Well, it probably was, but not as much as it is these days. So instead of it just being all integrated into one program, I'll be running 5 different programs for each episode, which is silly, and I'll have to mess and hack with them all to probably run in windowed mode like this. Fortunately, there's a decent chance when we get to season 2 and season 3 they will have had enough time to put some more features in there and potentially fix the thing. This is a good game. I liked it. You've seen me do a real expedited playthrough with it, since I already knew the way these games work and I already knew uh, what the solutions were in the back of my mind. If I, at least subconsciously, I knew what the solutions were. Uh, and I'm pretty well adept since I've played a lot of these kind of games. There's a certain sentimentality and way of thinking for these types of games. This is good, but it has that big caveat of, man, are you going to have to play it in windowed mode, small? It doesn't run on Windows 10. It's hard to justify getting it, even though it's a good game. I'd say probably do get it if this looked interesting at all, but prepare yourself for some work. You're gonna have to work harder than you should. Uh, Anyways, I guess that's gonna be it for this episode. It'll be a little bit shorter. Uh, Typically, the last episode in uh, a episode or game is either a lot longer or sometimes in this case it's shorter. We will start tomorrow on episode 2 of season 1 and we will go through all of season 1. I probably won't just then immediately start with season 2 because I have a lot of other Telltale games I'm going through and we'll probably take a break. Season 2 is a different story, so we'll probably take a bit of a break and play one of the other games. I, in fact, bought the Telltale collection and got this because I just own all their games. So it's hard to really be too upset that this doesn't run, but I still can be plenty upset that a game I own doesn't work. And yep, I can still be plenty upset about it. Since I bought it as a collection, I don't know if I could have sent it in for a Steam refund without just refunding the entire collection. That might be a consideration for people who buy collections, is that, well, if one of the 50 games in that collection you bought doesn't work, can you get a refund for that fraction of a collection, or uh, do you have to refund it all and lose all of the other games, which I would absolutely not agree to. The other issue is when I was buying collections, if I already had the game, it didn't seem like there was any real reduction in price to buy a collection that already, if I already own them. So if you are going to buy collections from publishers, probably, in my opinion, you should do this during a Steam sale. But if you were going to do that, you need to do it before you buy any games from that publisher, or you're going to have a diminishing return. Yep. So far good, so good with the story. It's silly. Sam & Max is all about being silly. And we'll see more of this silliness next time. That's it for this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.